Well, here's something I haven't done for a fair few years, and this is a full collection of palms video basically, so every palm tree that I have in one video. Since the last time I did this, there's some palms that have died, some that are unrecognisable because they're in the ground and huge, and there's also a couple of new additions as well. So first of all, we have the European farm palm, Chamaerops Humilis, right here. Second palm I ever purchased in 2012, so 10 years ago. Nice chunky, thick little trunk on him, bushing out with all those pups at the bottom. Here we have the jewel in the crown, my oldest Trachycarpus Fortunei. Purchased this, I believe, in probably around 2014, perhaps 2015. But this guy was actually smaller than this one when I purchased him. He's exploded in both height and width, and those fronds just keep getting bigger and bigger. Look at those beauties, unspoilt by wind because it's been a nice still summer. Here we have my second eldest Trachycarpus Fortunei. This is a bit of a rescue palm really. Purchased him for probably around £3 I think in the closing sale at home base just before they closed the doors for good. This guy was a lot smaller than he is now. He had a tiny little trunk on him and just a few yellow leaves. Managed to bring it back to life. Gorgeous healthy green palm. Very healthy, kind of spears and fronds in there, and he's done brilliantly over the years. Next up we have the newest palm to the collection, my second Canary Island date palm. I will just touch on the twigs around the base of my palms. The birds seem to absolutely love eating palm roots in my garden, which can be detrimental to the plants. It could cause root rot and therefore extra frost damage as well in the winter. They just love picking at the roots of my palms for some reason. They don't seem to touch many other things other than my prized plants, so the palms, the endangered trees, things like that. It's really annoying. So they may not look great with all the sticks around them, but it's just needed. So we've got a nice little trunk on him there. Just got this guy from Seagrave Nurseries. £35 for a 5 litre Canary Island date palm, and clearly we've potted him up, watered and fed, and it looks incredibly healthy. So yeah, a very welcome addition to the family. Really nice. Next up we have the Brahea Armata. The birds really love digging at this guy, so as you can see there's a whole labyrinth of sticks. I realise it doesn't look great, but neither does the palm right now. I'd rather he was healthy and undisturbed, so here we are. Nice little trunk on him. He barely had any trunk when I first purchased him. You can see he's really slender at the top there, and that's because he's had a couple of years of just poor growth and kind of dying off, as you can see. But we're finally coming back. His newest frond is a really nice blue colour, and he's on the mend for sure. So next year he'll be looking like a completely different plant, I'm sure. We have 3 in a row here in partial shade to almost full shade conditions. The first one here is the Trachycarpus Nova, really rare species throughout the Western world, a fairly newly discovered species actually from China, as most Trachycarpuses are from China, and I've had this guy I believe since around 2016. And he's absolutely shot up. They're actually one of the fastest growing cold hardy palms known in cultivation. Far faster growing than Trachycarpus Fortunei, and apparently cold hardier as well. He struggled a little bit. He'd been a bit root bound in a pot until earlier this year, so I planted him in the ground finally, and that yellowing on the leaves is just kind of reducing now. This frond's becoming a lot greener and healthier, and this centre spear looks extremely healthy as well. So Hopefully that's him on the mend. And we have the Trachycarpus Fortunei, the third one. And this is actually the first Trachycarpus I purchased. A little bit of a creeping trunk, as you can see. And he may look small, but if I put my hand next to the trunk, you can see he's actually quite thick. And this is about the size that second Trachycarpus was when I purchased him. So in about 5 years' time, these guys will probably be shoulder height with the leaves. So yeah, quite looking forward to that. These 3 columns of tropical palm beauty. And here is the other Trachycarpus Fortunei. A couple of years younger than this one here, but as you can see, he's looking a bit taller, and that's because he's in full shade. And so his leaves, as you can see, have gone really thin and spindly, but really wide and really tall. And that's just so he can capture as much light as possible. It's amazing how plants, palms included, can adapt to the environment they've been put in. As you can see, really healthy centre growth area here. A couple of fully developed fronds ready to open up. Centre spear in there looking really nice. And again, really nice thickening trunk just there. Looking good. And here we have the last one. Also the first one, because it was the first palm I ever purchased. This is palm number 9, and this is the original palm tree in my collection. This is a Canary Island date palm. Obviously I've got 2 of those now, and he's been in the ground for 10 years. He should be a lot bigger than he is, but he spear pulled for 4 years on the trot, which was really annoying. As you can see though, his base and trunk is thickening up quite beautifully. If you just put my hand in there for reference, he's also getting taller and taller, and the fronds are getting very nice in terms of shape and how long they are as well. Really healthy palm, really nice dark green leaves. There you have the latest spear opening up. And that is my 9-piece palm tree collection. This guy is going to be an absolute monster one day, and he's already thickening up and putting on a bit of a show. So that's all 9 palm trees that we've covered. I did used to own a Brahea capitata, which I believe may have been in one of my previous videos. I also owned a small Trachycarpus princeps. They've both died, unfortunately. This guy, the Brahea, was on the way out, but we've saved him. But yeah, that's the 9 palm trees all in one video. Bit of an avid palm collector and grower. I just think they're the most interesting and gorgeous plant family on earth. So much time and dedication needs to be put aside to care for them. They're not as fast growing as even a tree would be. They're very slow to get up in terms of height, so definitely something you have to be committed to if you're into your tropical gardening and palms. But yeah, that's the 9 of them.